distant and embattled planet called Edenoi, a young prince named Dex is given great powers by his grandfather, the king, and is sent to the planet Earth to protect it from the advancing evil of Count Dragon and his vicious insectoids. Once on Earth, he is adopted by a kind family and learns to live as a human. With his companion Ferbus by his side, Dex is ever vigilant, ready at a moment's notice to call on his powers to become Masked Rider.
Oh, hon, you're a great cook, but eggplant for breakfast?
Scrambled eggplant. You really have to start sticking to your diet.
Yeah, you're right, dear. I'm sorry.
Dex, honey, I packed your lunch. I'm gonna go stick it in your bag.
Thank you, Mom.
Dex, you want to try something new? Trade ya?
Silly squirrel. Frosty Pups are for kids.
You let him watch TV again all night, didn't you?
Sorry, Dad.
Molly, can we go to school now?
I'll be ready in a minute, Dex.
What is wrong with you? You want to go to school?
Of course.
What's your rush? You already know 100 times more than they'll teach you in school.
Albie, I'm eager to meet more Earthlings my own age. If I am to effectively maintain my secret and blend into society, I must become a member of society.
Wouldn't hurt you to learn some of our customs firsthand, as opposed to off the television.
Whoa! Oh, that's cool. Dex, are you all right?
Dex gomi gomi, me gomi gomi.
Excuse me. Dex, you're on your first day of your new adventure. Well, I'd just like to give you a few choice words of advice.
Don't worry, Dad. He'll be fine. We've got to go. We'll be late.
Okay. See you tonight.
Bye.
Go on.
Bye.
Very clever.
What a fool! What a fool! He thinks he'll hide in the Earthling school.
You'll not get away from me, boy. You can run, but you can't hide.
No, I can't.
Molly, I would really appreciate your assistance in making sure that I can conform to the expectations of my peers.
Stick with me. Follow my lead. You'll do fine.
And who do we have here?
Mr. Chalmers, I'd like you to meet my new brother, Dex.
Dex. Henry Chalmers, school counselor. Welcome to Leawood High.
Thank you, Mr. Chalmers.
Say, that's some full bag you have there. Your mother's a caterer, isn't she? I bet that's a 10-course lunch. No running, excuse me. Make an appointment to stop in. We'll have a little chat and get to know each other.
I'll be sure to do that, sir.
Come back here.
Hello, Molly. Looking a little peaked. You really should get out in the sun more often. Well, I can see you haven't been hiding indoors. Oh, this? Daddy flew us to the Bahamas for the weekend. Hi, Dex. Do you like my tan?
Oh, yes. Very much. Molly, perhaps Father will fly us to the Bahamas, too, to buy some of that.
Some of what?
Some instant tan, like you have in your purse. Instant tan, the tan in a bottle.
Come on, Dex. You don't want to be late for class. How did he know?
While the boy is in the Earthling school, he is vulnerable to attack.
Yes, fact, thank you. Your command of the obvious has much to commend it.
Thank you.
Now, who would like the honor of bringing me the boy?
Allow me to send the Larvatron, sire. He will impersonate one of Dex's teachers, lulling the boy into a false sense of security.
Go on.
When Dex least expects it, the Larvatron will strike. Then you will get your hands on Dex, and the power of Masked Rider will be yours.
Nefaria, you may proceed.
Purpose, what are you doing here?
Dex, money, yummy.
Not now. Stay in here.
Young man, if you do not practice your parallel parking skills, I'm afraid you'll never pass your driver's test.
I know. I'll practice.
The farmer's biggest pest is the boll weevil. Some farmers use spray to control these bugs, but many others use the weevil's insect cousin, the garden spider, to keep these pests in check. Now, Dex, would you mind coming up here and elaborating on the point I was just making?
Of course.
Here you are, Dex.
Thank you. Boll weevils are actually members of the beetle family, order Coleoptera, but with mouths modified into a downward curving snout. Boll weevils enjoy an active social life. When a male weevil approaches a female weevil to ask her out on a date, the exchange usually goes something like this.
Dex! I have to apologize for Dex. He's been watching too much Zoology Channel.
Oh, class, don't forget your journals for tomorrow's trip.
Larvatron is in place, posing as Dex's driving instructor. This better work.
I'll send some maggots to prepare the way.
Burbus. Burbus. Who let you out from under your rock? Burbus, they've gone. You can come out now.
Excuse me, you are Dex Stewart, are you not?
Yes, sir.
I am your driving instructor. Come with me.
Sorry, Mr. Lee. Dex's class schedule says he has study hall now.
Phase 1 completed. Soon, Mask Rider shall be yours.
Burbus, come here.
Mr. Stewart? Ah, good afternoon, Mr. Sarbis. Better hurry on to class.
Burbus, Kumi Kumi Lawn. Burbus, get over here. Burbus, get back here. Burbus. Burbus! Burbus! Come here, Burbus! Burbus, get over here! Burbus! Burbus!
Dex, what do you think you're doing?
Burbus was stowed away in my bag. Now he's loose. Now I have to use my telepathic powers to find him.
You can't!
Molly, Dex, shouldn't you be in class?
Dex has a slight fever, Mr. Chalmers. I'm taking him to the school nurse.
Good thinking. We wouldn't want any bugs creeping around out of control. What happened to my lunch?
Oh, there you are, my boy. Time for your lesson. Come along.
Molly!
Don't worry, Dex, I'll keep looking. If your homework shows up, I'll hold it for you.
Please, begin.
Yes, sir, Mr. Lee.
Excuse me. Help! I'm in bed!
Mr. Lee, who did this to you?
They had claws for hands, like giant insects.
Well, you'd better sit down. They must have harmed you harder than you thought.
Mr. Lee is here. Who was Dex driving around with? Watch out, coming through!
Mr. Lee, why are we driving so far from school?
Not to worry. Why don't you pull over and show me how you parallel park? Yes. Why don't you get out and go around so we can switch? I want to show you a few pointers.
Sure, Mr. Lee. Whatever you say.
Say, Dex, there seems to be a dead bug on the windshield. Would you mind getting it off?
Dead bug? How awful. Whoa, Mr. Lee! Mr. Lee! Mr. Lee, what are you doing? Mr. Lee, please slow down! Stop! Please stop! Watch it, watch it! Mr. Lee, what are you doing? Please stop! Ugh. Look out! Someone could get hurt!
Sorry!
Mr. Lee, slow down! Please! Whoa! Mr. Lee, please slow down! Look out! Look out! Look out! You're not Mr. Lee.
Do I look like a Lee?
One of Dragon's creeps.
Well, kid, it's been a real blast!
Ecto, phase, activate. If that's the way you want it. Don't you know it's illegal to impersonate a driving instructor, buddy? Now I'm gonna have to teach you a little lesson.
come down to your level. Shocking, isn't it?
Sorry, Masked Rider. The jolt of electricity has only hastened my transmutation into the ultimate battle bug, Larvatron!
We'll see how ultimate you are. That's enough.
You're quick, Masked Rider, but are you quick enough? Run if you wish, Masked Rider, but you will tire eventually and I will lock on!
Masked Rider can't get away.
This has a familiar ring to it.
Nefaria has once again devised a fiendish plot, but the proof is in the pudding, and Masked Rider, well, he's not yet caught.
Was this part of your plan too, Nefaria?
I don't believe it.
You can always sell the pieces for scrap.
Body integrity compromised. Initiating restructure analysis. Commencing rebuild. Second level armament initiated. Weapons reformat complete. Cool head.
Bullseye. Now we finish him.
Combat chopper. Rev up.
Oh no, Dex is in trouble! I'm on our way!
Termination time!
I'm coming, buddy!
I knew I could count on you, Chopper.
Of course!
Electro, Saber, activate! All right, Larvatron, I'm putting you out to pasture. That'll teach him to mess with Masked Rider.
I'm surrounded by fools!
Fools indeed we may all be, but the plan was nefarious, it seems to me.
You little creep!
Masked Rider may have won the day, but the war will be mine!
Yeah, I want to get notes from you.
You are a bad Furbus. From now on, you stay at home. Understand?
Hi, kids.
Come on, guys. Mom and Dad are here.
So, kids, how'd it go today?
Any problems?
No.
Dad, would it be all right if I drove home?
Well,
Dex takes his driver's ed test today.
in that case, how can I say no?
Yes.
See, I knew it was a good idea sending Dex to school today.
Maybe Saturday.
Will Dex get pulled over for not wearing a seatbelt? Will Ferbus give up stowing away and stay home where he belongs? Will Molly's vocal talents win her a spot on the cheerleading squad? Will Mr. Lee's encounter with maggots give him nightmares? All this and more on the next exciting adventure of Masked Rider.